All right, so I just want to make a quick Bitcoin update. It is Sunday, and I think next week could be pretty important. Number one, because we just had all of those important closes. We had the monthly close, the quarterly close, and something else, I think the 6 month close. So we had some important closes. Also, Bitcoin right now is at a pivotal point. We had just come up to wick this weekly high in the weekly market structure, and right now we are, still technically in a 4 hour uptrend here. We did come down to basically double bottom here. We actually SFP'd it ever so slightly on Binance, like by 10 cents. This wick went 10 cents lower than this low right here, but on Bybit we did get a cleaner SFP, like it came down farther. So whether you want to call it a double bottom or, if you're looking at Bybit, we SFP'd it. Either way, that is still technically not breaking the 4 hour structure. We have to close a 4 hour candle down below this low in order to break structure bearishly. And actually an SFP of the low can sometimes be more bullish. If you're able to get a quick reaction back up, it could mean that the structure wants to continue, so you may get a run for the highs. And so far, we have gotten a decent reaction to the upside. But overall, I think this week is going to be pretty important. Unless we just continue ranging here, which is very possible. We could spend all of this week just ranging like this. But if Bitcoin does something significant this week, if it gets a big move, whether we, come down to break structure or get a move to the upside to continue structure, either way, that will probably give us an idea of what Bitcoin is going to look like over the next, few months or so, because we are right now right around the weekly high. And if we break 4 hour structure after we wicked this weekly high, that would be pretty bearish. There's a good chance that we may see a large retracement, maybe even coming down to, lose this low. But if we continue this structure, which so far we haven't broken it, if we continue to the upside and we're able to close a weekly candle up above this high, then, I think things are looking a lot more bullish. And then, we can continue this weekly structure, maybe see a large move to the upside. So I think we could see something significant happen this week. But, also there's a chance that we just remain boring like this. This is something that Bitcoin likes to do a lot. Get to a point where, we have a, crossroads coming, I guess you could say, a very important moment. We're sitting in between, two very important levels. And, from here, Bitcoin is being very weird. It has very weird internal structure. We're pretty much ranging at this point, but also we had this downtrend kind of happening, and then we came up to wick the highs and then got this large move to the downside to wick the lows, and now we are in even more boring price action in between these two market structure points. So we're in like an internal range inside of a range, and pretty much Bitcoin is just being really weird and boring, and that tends to happen when we got these important decisions to make. So I can't say I know what's going to happen. I do think that, on this 4 hour, things are looking more bearish than bullish for sure. And, even going down to some of the lower time frames like the 2 hour, I'd say the same thing. The 1 hour even now is looking kind of bearish. So, just looking at Market Cipher, I would probably say I'm leaning more bearish, but also we did just SFP this market structure point, which is pretty bullish. So I can't say I know what's going to happen, but what I can do is come up with plans in the internal price action, where we're trading at the moment, and just trade that. And I have been trading this. Right now I have some ideas marked out here. I'll just run over those quickly. Go to the upside. We do still have this 2 hour order block that we did not tap yet, at least not on Binance. And the value area high is right around there, so this is a zone that I'm interested in. And also the 786 is somewhere inside of this box, I think. You pull it from that high to the low. Yeah, the 786 is right at the top of the box. So yeah, that's a zone of interest to the upside. If we see something like maybe an SFP of this wick right here, or, you know, some kind of bearish sign inside of this box, then that is a zone that I'd be interested in. And to the downside, there is this 15-minute order block that I think I marked out in my last video. I'm not sure, I don't actually remember, but the golden pocket's right in this area as well. It is below the value area low, so that is an area I'm watching to the downside. And we just got this very fast wick to the downside. I actually entered a short right up here, which is crazy how this keeps happening, but I literally wasn't trading all day. I get on the charts, I see that we got a pump up to the PD value area high. You know, I started looking at the charts probably like right here, like right before we got this push to the upside. So I literally just marked out these levels. I just marked out the previous day levels. We got a pump to the upside and rejected harshly from the PD value area high. So I pretty much just made a plan to short this if a opportunity was presented. And so what happened from there is we got this retracement to the upside. We got back above the PDPOC. And so I made the plan of, if we lose the PDPOC with high bearish strength on MC DBSI, so I wanted to see a high number on the bearish side as we lost that POC. And as you can see, this candle is where I entered. We had a 19, we had an 18 right before it, and then the next candle we lost the PD POC. So I entered. This was my original trade idea right here. I was just targeting the PD value area low, and that was a 2-to-1 risk reward on its own. So that was my original trade idea, but yeah, as you can see, we got a much farther drop than that. So I was able to take out a lot more profits down around these lows. Not exactly at the low, but you know, around this area I took out a lot. And right now I'm still in this trade. I took out like 2/3 of it already. Got my stop loss to my entry, and yeah, somehow, you know, I got lucky again and started looking at the charts and got an entry right before a massive move. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but the reason I was looking for a short after we rejected from the PD value area high is because we were seeing divergences across a lot of time frames. Here on the 5-minute with money flow, on the 2-minute with money flow and momentum. So we had divergences as we took out that high. I didn't get a good entry right away, but I waited for an entry, pretty much just, you know, looking at DBSI and looking at these PD levels as a range, basically treating it as a range. So if we lost the point of control with bearish signs, then okay, there's a good chance we might come down to the value area low. And so that was my trading plan, and it worked out very nicely. And as for the other positions I'm in, the long that I entered in my last video, I am now stopped out of. I took out some profits up around these highs and put my stop loss to my entry. It was a really bad entry to begin with, and since we weren't seeing much follow through to the upside, I wasn't willing to continue taking on risk with it. So I just TP'd like half the position out of these highs and put my stop loss to my entry. So I'm no longer in that long, and I'm still in this short from up here, what little I have left of it. So this short and this short right now are the only positions that I'm in. And because of that, since I'm in 2 shorts and I would like to get into a long, I would really like it if we can get a move down to this area. And yeah, potentially we could see a bounce from there. This is the area I wanted to long originally, but I got impatient and just decided to enter over here. So yeah, if we can get a move down to here, that would be ideal for me. And yeah, that's about all that I have to go over. You know, right now I'm just trading the local price action because, you know, we're just ranging. So until we lose one of these key levels, then I'm just going to be trading the local price action. Well, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribing. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you all in the next video.